Okay, I just had to throw this together real quick so you can see my insulated intake plenum, spacer, and E85 blow-through carburetor. I think this just looks so cool. So I just had to put this together real quick. So what I wanted to talk to you about today was how I'm going to go about porting my Cathedral Port Super Victor Edelbrock intake manifold. I'm using this for a carbureted setup, and Edelbrock recommends this from about 3,500 to 8,500 RPM. If you can spin up LS engine to 8,500, that's pretty impressive. But so basically what we're going to be trying to do is get a few more CFMs out of this. It's a single plane intake, so you know, really low end power. I'm just throwing that out the window. I'm not even worried about that. I'm really going for a peak number. So my basic plan is to knife edge all of the passages there in the casting to get a bit more airflow, and an area really to focus on is this edge around the bore. As the air comes in through the carburetor, it has to make a 90-degree turn in many cases. So getting this profiled very smoothly and sanding it smooth is going to give you a lot more airflow. And then I have the gaskets that I'm going to be running on the engine, so this is going to allow me to port match it. I port matched the heads already, so it'll just reduce turbulence and make it easier. So I'm not going to show you actually me porting these. I'll keep you guys informed along the way and show you my progress, but it's pretty easy. I'm using just a Dremel with a burr. It's aluminum, it's soft. I will say I've clear coated this. That's just a nice trick if you want to keep your parts clean in the future. We're eventually going to be putting on this heat shielding. This just gold adhesive backed heat shielding. So the first step we're going to do is I just took blue painter's tape, and we're going to be using this to make a template. We're going to lay it over our heat insulator and cut it out from there. Okay, so now we have the bottom of our plenum marked out. So what we're going to do now is cut these out, peel it off, and stick it onto our insulator. Okay, so now we got our template peeled off, stuck to our insulator, and so now we're going to cut this out. I shoved it in the corner, trying to make the most of it. I'm going to do some other pieces and try to get as much of this intake plenum insulated as possible, and pretty straightforward. We're just going to cut her out. Okay, now we got it all peeled up, cut out, and we're going to be sticking it down. I ended up, obviously you can tell, I ended up wrapping the whole thing in this gold reflective adhesive. I ended up getting this smaller reflective tape. On the bottom is one big piece, which you'll see. And I also ended up wrapping the carb spacer. So it looks pretty sweet. I'm excited. I don't really even care if it's that effective. It just looks cool. I also removed some material from these passages here. I knife edged everything and I moved them back to get more airflow. As a matter of fact, you can probably even see through this intake to the actual port from the plenum side. Just kind of basically I just took the time that Edelbrock didn't, just cleaning up the casting, making everything smoother, and it's awesome. I'm excited. So that's my update on this.